your estate to real estate. It's Money Matters with Dino.
When we were talking at the gym at
5 in the morning,
which is, by the way, is when successful people work out, you said something that I loved. I really, really loved it because I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I have that passion for it, and it can, entrepreneurs can really have huge success, have a lot of happiness, but there can be a lot of sadness that comes, with it, because there's a lot of failure that comes along, and most of the time when a kid says, "I don't want to go to school," the first thing the parent says, "Your monthly rent is $1,000. Here's your car payment. Here's your insurance bill. Here's everything. You're on your own now." Good parents will say, "You can still stay at our house, but you're going to pay rent," right? And they kind of just throw him out because he chose not to go to school. But what you said is, maybe I should get him a business coach. Maybe I should spend the money that I was going to spend on his education, but spend it in a non-traditional format for education. And here I am, 44 years old, and I spend money on business coaching all the time, right? I spend money on other people that are experts at various things, because when you're an entrepreneur and you're a businessman, inevitably you have to know how to do everything, or you have to have knowledge of it all, right? Because you don't just have a job. You're not just somebody that does one thing that somebody's paying to do. You have to know how to run a company.
Yep.
And none of us really have an education on that. All we have is experience of things that we've done in the past. And a lot of times, and I know you run a successful company, it's by trial and error that you figured out a lot of this stuff. And the fact is if somebody had taught you this a long time ago, probably could have gotten so much further along, right? So as a great dad, you're potentially offering this to your kid, which is, I commend you for that, because quite honestly, that is, I think, the best gift you could give an entrepreneur at a young age. But then lies the question of whether or not him going to school will always be a void in his life. And this is where our conversation ended up going,
right?
And I offered to talk to him because I'm going to be the first person to say that school for me was nothing but a good time. But those are 4 years of my life that I would never want to give back.
The best.
They were the best years. So I guess my advice to kids is, you know what? Just go. I mean, you don't have to worry about the straight A's. You don't have to, but if you got somebody that's willing to pay for it, and I know, a lot of parents don't want to hear this, but the true education comes in, when you're mingling with all these people, when you're having to learn how to get along with people for the first time. You got roommates, for example. You have personalities, and then all the way down to all the different professors you have. Some are real jerks, some are really great, but you have to learn how to get the passing grade in all of them.